One of the complaints about my video, What Color Are the Hearthstone Classes, was that there was not enough description on the multicolored tribes and coalitions within Magic. This video is going to be a brief overview of color in Magic. Color is an integral part of the design of Magic, with each color representing a system of ideology and defined by a set of mechanics. There are 5 colors in Magic, which form a cycle. Traditionally, white is the first color presented, but since it is a cycle, any color could be the starting point. What is important is the order of the colors, as the relative positions determine enemy and ally allegiances. White is defined by peace and law, with mechanics of healing and peacekeeping. Blue is defined by the acquisition of knowledge and cunning deceit, with core mechanics like card draw and counterspells. Black is identified by its selfish pursuit of power regardless of the cost. The most notable mechanics being kill spells and discard effects. Red is fueled by emotion, often impulsive and even destructive. The main red mechanics are burn, spells which deal damage, and short-term gains. Finally, green has a deep connection to nature and primal survival instincts. Mechanically, green is renowned for big dumb creatures and ramp, or permanent mana acceleration. The colors play off one another, with allies and enemies determined both by position and ideology. For instance, green is opposed to blue because technology infringes on nature. In fact, every diagonal combination of colors are considered enemies. Returning to blue, both green and red are its enemies, which can be seen in the cards Choke and Boil, which specifically target islands, the source of blue mana. These cards are called color hosing cards, which used to be more common in the game, but has recently decreased in frequency, as it unnecessarily polarizes games. On the other hand, adjacent colors are considered allies. For instance, the impulsivity of red correlates with the selfishness of black. A deck containing a single color is called monocolor, surprisingly. Monocolored decks benefit from a more consistent mana base and certain mechanics such as devotion. Decks with multiple colors are generally defined by the guild or other color coalition name. For instance, red-black is Rakdos. When only a few cards of a color are included in a deck, the color is referred to as a splash. Outside of exotic mana, that describes the colors of mana. Now let's examine the color combinations. Multicolored cards are golden and mechanically reflect the combination of colors which compose them. For example, Blightning is a lightning bolt and Mind Rot put together. It is important to note that the inclusion of different colored mana pips often decreases the cost of the card, as Lightning Bolt and Mind Rot together have a converted mana cost of 4, while Blightning is more efficient at 3 mana CMC. The increased efficiency compensates for the difficulty in casting multicolored cards, and from a lore perspective shows that cooperation between colors is synergistic. Now, time for a quick rundown of nomenclature. Ravnica gives us the 10 dual color combinations. The 5 allied colors, rotating clockwise, are the Azoria Senate, House Demir, Cult of Rakdos, Gruul Clans, and Selesnya Conclave. The enemy color guilds are the Orzhov Syndicate, Izzet League, Golgari Swarm, Boros Legion, and Simic Combine. 3-color can be defined by the Shards of Alara and the Tarkir clans. The shards are arcs, or a color and its allies, with examples being Bant, Esper, Grixis, Jund, and Naya. The Tarkir clans are wedges, or a color and its enemies, specifically Abzan houses, Jeskai Way, Sultai Brood, Mardu Horde, and Temur Frontier. Finally, there are 5 4-color combinations: Artifice, Chaos, Aggression, Altruism, and Growth. There is one more combination, the mythical Wubberg, but I cannot decipher this ancient tongue. Outside of multicolored cards, there are a few other types of mana, like generic mana, which can be paid with any color. Generic mana is common on artifacts, which can be powered by any color of mana, although some artifacts have a specific color identity. Wastes is a typeless basic land which produces colorless mana, denoted by a rhombus. The Wastes are the result of the Eldrazi incursion, and Kozilek, for example, requires colorless mana to be cast. Phyrexian mana is a design mistake, but from a color perspective, can be paid with the appropriately colored mana or with the player's life total, expending your energy rather than the native energy of the lands. I'm going to end the video with the bizarre snow mana, first featured in Ice Age and then re-emerging in Modern Horizons. Snow mana is generated by snow-covered lands, or snow-covered elves, I guess?